Hello all, and welcome to my next video here on the Rooftop Two-Headed Cow Caravan of Treasure and sometimes Barter. Kind of felt like I was going to mess it up, but I didn't. Look at there. We have another episode of Journey Into Monthlies. Should be better than the last one. The last one, if you saw my last comic book video, then you kind of know that I didn't get a lot of comic books that month. A couple of reasons why. A couple of series that I'd been getting for years, I kind of finally dropped. And then delays. There's a couple books I get every month that are delayed, so I didn't get those. So I only ended up with like 4 or 5 books last month. This one, we got a lot more. I actually got some new books that I'm going to try for a couple of months, see if I like them, and then if I do, I'll keep them in the rotation. If not, then probably just put them to the side and try to find something new next time. But yeah, Midtown Comics box came in today, actually, earlier today. I don't know when you guys will see this, probably sometime in the middle of March, I'm going to guess, because these are for February, so is what it is. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it and see what we got from Midtown. I don't know why that was so hard to cut. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And there we go. Ooh, bag's torn. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, there's a trade in this one, isn't there? Nice. We'll start with that. We got a trade. Got some stuff here. X-Force by Benjamin Percy, Volume 4. I've been a pretty big fan of Percy's X-Force run, mainly because I like the characters involved. You know, Wolverine, Domino, Colossus is in there. Beast early on. I think Beast kind of has taken a bit of a lesser role so far, but I don't know. It's just a team I liked. I was getting this along with the main X-Men book. Excuse me, I keep kind of having to clear my throat. The main X-Men book has been kind of weird. Not in a bad way. Like, the writing and the stories have all been great. My thing has kind of been trying to figure out, like, how to get them, because it'll be like X-Men Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and then it's like X of Swords, and then the next one is like Volume 4, and it's like confusing as to like what order they go in, so I'm kind of like hesitating on the orders that they go in and stuff, but X-Force has just been kind of go, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, so cool. We got a lot of stuff here. Hold on. Get it all situated. Okay. I'm just going to go through the line here. I think. I'm trying to get it like in an order that's easy to kind of look at. They're all packed very weird. Sorry. They're all just kind of packed. Kind of weird. So I'm like trying to put them in like an order. They're not like in order. Okay. First off, Batman the Knight. This is kind of a new pseudo Batman origin story. It doesn't really go into like I'm not sure. I need to read it obviously, but it's kind of just like the story of Batman begins. There you go. It's Chip Zdarsky kind of setting up his Batman. If you haven't heard, Chip Zdarsky this summer is going to be taking over the Batman book, the mainline book, which I'm excited for. Like, screw Brian Michael Bendis and all these other writers they keep bringing in to try to change stuff. I think Chip Zdarsky is one of the best guys you could have gotten for Batman. His Daredevil run has been amazing, and I think that fits right in with kind of what he's doing with what he's going to try to do with Batman. So I'm all for it. I think this is one of the better hires for writing a book DC's had in a long time. So I'm really, really into it. This is his kind of like little prequel going in. It's a little bit of a retelling of like Batman becoming Batman. Not so much the origin, we know the origin, but like how he became Batman, the training and all that stuff. So I got the first two. There's the second one right there. So I didn't even know this book was out. I've grown so accustomed to kind of just ignoring a lot of what DC does because I don't really like a lot of it. But I was flipping through it looking for new things, and I saw that the past couple of months this has been a thing. And I like Chip Zdarsky, and the fact that he's going to be doing Batman is pretty cool to me. So really excited for that. X-Men Legends. There we go. Looks like we got another Louise Simonson story. So if you're not familiar with X-Men Legends, they've been bringing back old X-Men writers to kind of do in-between stories, like just kind of random stories. Louise Simonson actually did the first one. It was a late 80s kind of apocalypse story, and now going to be doing this one, so pretty cool. It's a good book. If you're a fan of like old late 80s, early 90s X-Men, then it's a good book. It's a book definitely to get. Each one's only 2 to 3 issues long, like each little mini arc, but they're worth it. They're very good. I really like Peter David's X Factor one. That one was awesome. So really cool. We got the Marvels. I've been really digging Marvels. Kurt Busiek, and then like kind of just like a lot of different young artists. Alex Ross has been doing some covers. It's been a pretty good book. It's mellowed out a little bit. Like I think some of its luster is a little whatever, but I've still been picking it up just to kind of have. Ghost Rider. We're getting a new Ghost Rider here, written by Benjamin Percy. Anybody knows me knows I'm a big Benjamin Percy fan. I loved his run way back when I first kind of discovered him through Green Arrow during Rebirth. He was doing Green Arrow. That was a great story. Obviously, I enjoy his X-Force. I'll be honest, the one thing he's done I kind of haven't liked has been his Wolverine. I think he kind of tried to go a little bit too heavy with Wolverine too early, and it kind of backfired, and it hasn't really recovered. But I am fascinated to see what he does with his Ghost Rider. We got Johnny Blaze again, so I am really excited to see what's going on with Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider. And it's a really badass looking cover, so. Thor. If you saw my last video, I couldn't get Thor because it was sold out. But now I have Thor. So there we go. I was able to get the issues I'm missing. They came back in stock on Midtown. So yeah. Thor number 20. And there's 22. Thor 21, I actually got off of my comic shop when it came back in stock there. So I ended up with all the issues of the 2 to 3 issues of Thor I was missing because they kept selling out with the whole God of Hammers thing. So there we go. This is a variant cover. That was the only way I was able to get it. It was a variant cover. Cool variant cover though. King Conan, Jason Aaron's King Conan run. I enjoyed the first 2 issues. I won't spoil anything, but in a lot of ways it's kind of like the third movie we never got. So definitely pick it up if you're a Conan fan. Really good stuff. All right, now we're getting into the new stuff. Excuse me. I said that because a lot of the books I'm getting are kind of ending or have writers that I'm not really particular on wanting to read and stuff, so I'm dropping them, that I was looking for some new stuff to try to get into, and I decided, you know what, let's go crazy with it and try to get into some Spawn. So I was looking up Spawn stuff because I have not read Spawn since Al Simmons returned in the Spawn Resurrection story. I haven't read since then. And I believe that was around 250, issue 250. It was like the big 20th anniversary stuff. So I haven't read Spawn since then, so I'm a little behind. Although I'm going to go see if I can get some trades out of it and catch up. But, as you can see, this is actually backwards. These are, I don't know why these are all put in backwards. Oh, that one's not. Okay. So we'll go ahead and look at these. I noticed there's a lot of Spawn now. It's fascinating. There were two that I knew I really wanted to get based off of reviews. And one of them was this one. Gunslinger Spawn. I've heard really positive things about Gunslinger Spawn. Interesting design for the character. I'm not too fond of like his kind of high pilgrim hat, but I think the rest of him looks really cool. But I was talking to some friends and watching some videos. Some Comic Books Explained is a really good one. If you don't watch that YouTube channel and you like comics, there's two I really like. That one is one, Comics Explained, and then Comic Tropes is an amazing channel if you want to learn about like behind the scenes of the business. On Comics Explained, they were talking about Gunslinger Spawn and how like really good it is. So I wanted to give Gunslinger Spawn a chance. This is issue 5. I did pick up the first 4 from my comic shop. I know these are Midtown, but if you don't know, I get my back issues from my comic shop. They're just cheaper and usually in stock there. So love my comic shop and Midtown, to be fair. But if I'm getting back issues, I'm going to my comic shop. So I got the first 4 from mycomicshop.com. And now we have 5, so I'm going to read those over the weekend and see how Gunslinger Spawn is. The next one we got is a book called... This is one I won't go back and get single issues because it's kind of expensive already. But we have King Spawn number 7. They're releasing a trade of the first 6 issues of King Spawn, so I'm going to pick that up, and then I'll read this and kind of go from there. I think that comes out like in a month or 2. Either way, I'll pick that up when it comes out and then start reading these. I've heard King Spawn... There's a lot of people I've heard that say King Spawn is actually better than the regular Spawn book, which is fascinating. And in a lot of ways, kind of doesn't surprise me. When I read Spawn Resurrection, it was pretty good. But then after that, it fell off real quick, like the quality-wise. It didn't quite grab me the way I thought it would. But I've heard really good things about King Spawn, so I'm ready to dive into King Spawn once I can get that first trade. Next up we have, I believe this is going to be, yes, Spawn 326. I got some recent Spawn stuff too. I'm actually all the way caught up to 325. So I have all those back issues. I think the issues I bought on my comic shop were like 298 all the way to 324 or 325, so I could catch up to this. So I'm gonna have to read all of those. The big three, the run to 300, kind of the War of 300, whatever the hell they called it. I'm gonna read through that, read through all the stuff in between, kind of get to this point, and go from there. And see what Spawn's been up to. So yeah. And last one, again, nothing too crazy. Also, I don't know if you should expect me to be getting these every month, because I have a feeling if there's any one of these I'm just going to outright drop, it's going to be this one. But we have Spawn Scorched, number 1, number 2. So this is apparently like a team Spawn book, which is kind of weird when I think about it, like Spawn being in like a weird Spawn team. It's the one I'm the least excited to read, so don't... It's also the one I think might end up being the worst one quality-wise. It's a guess, it's an assumption, I have nothing to back that up yet. But I've seen some people who like it, I've seen some people who said it's pretty stupid, so we'll see. I just wasn't expecting there to be so much Spawn. And that was kind of my thinking going into Spawn, was like, what's something I used to read a lot of that I could try to get back into, see if it's any good again? Spawn popped up. I heard a lot of people who have liked Spawn since issue 300. I've seen some people who don't like it. I see a lot of people who like King Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn. So there's a good chance that like when this is all said and done, Gunslinger Spawn and King Spawn might be the two I keep. And there's a good chance I might stop getting regular Spawn and Scorched. We'll see. I'm going to read them and find out for myself, obviously. But we'll see. But yeah, that plus the X-Force trade, that's what we got. So, pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Yay. But that's it for this Tales from the Monthlies. We'll see what else kind of pops up. Like I said, I don't know how that Spawn stuff is going to go. It's kind of what I'm most worried about. Trying to catch up into Spawn, and just trying to kind of figure out where everything's at. So, is what it is. But that's going to be it for this Tales from the Monthlies. If you have any, like, advice on the Spawn stuff, like, recommendations, like, what are your thoughts on the main Spawn book versus, like, King Spawn? Or Gunslinger Spawn versus the Scorched? Like, what are your thoughts on how they've expanded Spawn? Because for years it was just Spawn, and you would have your random kind of throw-ins there, like Hellspawn. I remember Hellspawn, the Hellspawn book being a thing for a while, and stuff like that. A lot of like medieval Spawn crossovers with Witchblade. I can't say they're great, to be honest. And those were some of those I think were Garth Ennis. Anyway, but so what are your thoughts on like the whole like expanding Spawn's repertoire of books? Which ones are good? Is Spawn's main series worth reading, or do you make the permanent switch to King Spawn? Is Gunslinger Spawn worth reading? Because, you know, I've heard a lot of great things, but what do the diehard fans think? What about the Scorched? Is it weird to kind of see Al Simmons in this weird team-up book? You know, I'm trying to kind of get a gauge of where to kind of stick with Spawn. Because I don't know if I want to get, like, all 4 of those titles every month. Like, it adds up, you know. And they're cheaper, I get that. Like, a lot of the Spawn titles are still just base $2.99, which is great. But still, it adds up. But thank you. If you have any advice, please let me know. On the Spawn stuff especially, let me know. Or any book recommendations, let me know. But that's going to be it for this Tales from the Tales from the Monthlies. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like the video. You do not have to if you do not want to, but I always appreciate anybody who does. So thank you, and I will catch you guys in the next video.